What is up, everybody? It's Combs, and today on Adventures yours truly, guys. I am sorry it's been a while since I have done a review my stuff video. I've been meaning to do it, but as Jeff Goldblum kind of put it in Jurassic Park, I'm ad-libbing here a little bit, life gets in the way. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted to do this for a while. This beautiful beast in front of you is actually my little commuter car, so to speak. So I wanted to kind of do a review on it. It won't take that long because even though there's a decent amount of features on the car, nothing crazy. Also, sorry for the freeway noise. I'm kind of filming on location, so to speak. Or in other words, not at my house. So anyway, so I'm going to do a quick walk around like normal, tell you what I like about the car, what I'd like to see changed later, which I'll probably modify that since this car is like 10 years old, but we'll kind of go from there. Also, spoiler alert, this thing is not as clean as I want it to be, but I digress. So first and foremost, we'll start with the front. I'll leave the hood down because, you know, I just really don't feel like popping it up tonight, being lazy, sorry. But under the hood of this thing is a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that pushes out like 120 horsepower, and I'll be honest, not 100% on the torque numbers. I looked it up and I totally forgot, I'll be honest. But if you're looking for a speed machine, this ain't it, chief. But it does get 39 miles to the gallon, so that's kind of a plus. This is what's known as the SES trim level. So for 2011, this was the highest trim level you could get on the Fiesta. They didn't have a titanium back then, but they do now, even though the Fiesta's last run was 2020 was the last model year for the Fiesta. So because it's the SES trim, it does get the turn signals on the mirrors there. One cool thing that Ford did with this, see these little grooves? These grooves actually make it so there's less wind noise when it goes over top of the mirror, which I thought was kind of a cool little feature that Ford did. We'll go ahead and climb inside here. So, as you can see, this beast does in fact have 48,500 miles on it. It doesn't have that many miles. This car was a one owner. I'll go ahead and shut the door so the freeway noise isn't a thing. It was a one owner car. Lady traded it back into the same dealership she bought it from. And yeah, it was well taken care of, all service at the dealership. So I was kind of hard pressed not to buy this car. Even though they did have some issues with the dual clutch, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So here's your headlight controls and everything here. Brightness controls, door handle, door controls, as well as my sexy leg right there. No, I'm just kidding. And there's all your window locks and everything. Now you might notice something that's not over here. Door locks. Well, your door locks are actually right here, okay, in this center stack. That's one thing I'm not a real big fan of with this car, is they kind of went full European with it. So like you got all the dial numbers and stuff here. You got all these controls all right here, in your hazards, and your lock and unlock is all right here, which is kind of weird to me. I would like it to be all, you know, over here, but you know, I can understand. So here's your cruise. There's your phone controls. Your sync button, like your voice command button, is actually right here on the turn signal stock, which is kind of weird to get used to, but you know, kind of another goofy feature of the car, but it's not too hateful. As far as your visors are concerned, you do have his and hers mirrors, or hers and hers, or his and his, or whatever the heck you got going on in this day and age. So down here, here's your climate controls. There's your fan speed, your selector, and there's your temp gauge. Now down here, what's kind of cool, it is getting later into the evening. That's why I wanted to shoot it this time, just so you could actually see this kind of setup. Sorry, it's a little hot out, so I had that on. Let's see here. You can kind of see it. See, you can see the blue down there. Basically, this does have, oh, you can see it off my shoe. There we go. So yeah, you can actually change the colors of the lights that are on the floor like that. And I thought that was a really cool touch. And you did have to get the SES or eventually the titanium to actually get that feature, which I thought was kind of cool. So I did get the automatic. That's what this one was. I looked for a manual and I couldn't find one with as low of miles and as nice condition as this. And I really didn't want to get the ST because, well, part of me did want to get the ST, but I wanted the fuel economy. That's why I bought this car, but I'll get into that towards the end as well. I like the pattern that they put on the seats. That's the GoPro stuff there. Here's your little storage thing. You can see my Ridge wallet is in there, not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor me, that'd be dope. I love y'all's products. So there's your auxiliary import, good Lord, auxiliary input. Let me English. There's your USB 12 volt. So it does have, you know, your parking brake is here in the middle. I like that. The cup holders actually light up too, so you should be able to see that a lot better. Or just lie to me, car, that's fine. They're just feelings, though. Yeah, you really can't see that. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can see the orange pretty well. So yeah, those light up too, which is kind of nice. Then you got a pretty big cup holder back here with a change holder. If I'm drinking like a Gatorade or something, I'll usually kind of go from there and put it in that. Now here's the joke of the car. Okay, the punchline, if you will. The back seat. Yeah, there is not much going on in this back seat. I don't even know if I can fit where I normally sit. Okay, yep, I can. But my knees are literally in the seat. And as I've stated, I'm not a big guy. You know, I am just a schmeckle under 6 foot. So you're not really putting too many people back here. I mean, it does have the headrest and stuff, but I mean, if you slid this seat up a little bit, you could get more people. But so yeah, it does have a back seat. You do get another 12 volt outlet back here, which is nice. There is only one seat pocket. So you do get the one seat pocket back there. But now, here's where this car really shines, okay? The Fiesta was actually ranked the highest in rear hatch space. You got a lot of space back here. You know, because it's got this thing, this little, like, cargo hidey hole thing. If you take that out, you can actually put golf clubs back here. An entire set of golf clubs, which I was really shocked about. That you could actually put that in there. Does have the rear wiper as well as this cool pinstriping. I don't know if that was put on afterwards or if that came with the car, but either way, it's kind of dope. But yeah, so that was kind of the complete rock around. So just because of the freeway noise and whatnot, I'll go ahead and get back in the car for the kind of wrap up, if you will. So, what do I like about the car? Well, 39 miles to the gallon's kind of dope. I do not drive this thing economically at all, and I'm getting about 35 average. So that's pretty good in my opinion. I am a terrible candidate for an economy car. I just like getting stupid high miles per gallon. What else do I like about it? I love the way this thing handles. Oh my gosh. This car actually handles so well. I mean, even though you only got 120 horsepower, I mean, you throw this thing into a turn and it just hugs the road, man. So that's one thing I really do like about it. Also, the sound system. I really can't, I don't know if I have anything non-copyright that I can play, but this thing really does have a nice stock sound system to it. Now on to the stuff that I don't like, okay? So this is the highest trim level you can get. The only thing you can get higher, see these blank spots down here? This one and this one here. So you can get a leather package on this car, which also gives you a sunroof. However, even with that top tier package, if you look over here on your side, what's missing? I'll give you a minute to kind of look that over and you tell me. Okay, maybe not a minute, but if you notice, there's no automatic headlights. My F-150, which I'm going to do a review on later, is actually the base model F-150 with an appearance package. Let me put that up there. And it has automatic headlights. So you'd think that even though this is a Fiesta, even though it is an economy car, I get that, but still, it should have automatic headlights. I'm just going to throw that out there. Something else that I don't like is this right here, okay? The door lock system is kind of weird in this. You have to push this, like, even if you unlock it, you have to push it twice to actually activate the switch, which is kind of strange. And also the switch placement, I really would prefer everything be right here on the door, you know? And that's just me, you know, this is the European styling that they took from, you know, they basically just gave us the European Fiesta, which is fine, but still. Another thing I don't like is, if you can see it, the two different sized windshield wipers. That's always kind of bugged me. I don't know why. And finally, the last thing that I think I may have found a solution to, I'm going to put it in a separate video because it's got to be ordered, but I think I found a solution to this one. See right here? See what's lacking in the middle here? Center console. But apparently there's an aftermarket center console you can buy. And I am going to screech that to the heavens because Ford didn't put a center console in this car for 2011, 2012, and 2013. So 3 model years did not have a center console in this car. But they do make an aftermarket one. So I'm going to tell everybody and their brother that has one of these cars, hey, you need to get one of these. So, like I said, I'm going to do another video on that later, but that's just kind of where we're at right now. So now, what would I like to see on different models? So even, like I said, this car is like 10 years old. So, you know, I'm pretty sure they've done all these. Maybe a slightly bigger gas tank. I mean, 12 gallons is pretty good. You know, you can get over 400 miles out of one tank of gas, so that's kind of dope. But, you know, I would prefer to see a little more, maybe a 15-gallon tank, you know, a 16-gallon tank, something like that. I don't know if it would fit. That might be why Ford went with it the way that they did. Another thing is too, don't get me wrong, the dual clutch transmission in this, once you actually figure out how to drive it, a lot of people were having issues because they were trying to baby it. These dual clutches, you got to drive them hard, man. You know, you got to you can't you know, barely tap the gas. You got to kind of let it roll a little bit, okay? You know, give her a little hell. She can take it. So yeah, basically, I would prefer just a regular automatic. I know they were trying to go for the dual clutch because of fuel economy wise, but man, I don't think just putting a standard automatic transmission in this thing would hinder fuel economy that much. Also, you know, maybe, and I don't know if they have this or not, you know, maybe offer a little more powerful engine in the non-ST model, like something in the middle, you know, like, I don't know, an EcoBoost of some kind versus the naturally aspirated. Because, I mean, yeah, this thing's got 120 horsepower, and it moves pretty good once you actually motivate it. But at the same time, man, I would prefer to have, I'd sacrifice 2 or 3 MPGs to have this thing up to about 150 horsepower. And there's really no aftermarket for the regular Fiestas. Now, the STs, you've got an aftermarket gold mine there. Aftermarket intercoolers, turbos, the whole 9. And I'm sure you could retrofit this car to have those. But I tried to get an air intake for this car. You got to take the whole front end off. So not real confident in the aftermarket side of this thing. So that's why I'm hoping that the aftermarket center console that's going to be put in this car when I get it is going to be dope. I got fingers crossed. I'm hoping it's going to be the case. But yeah, overall, why did I buy this car? Well, like I said, I wanted to get stupid fuel economy, especially now that and I don't care if this turns people off or not. Now that our lovely president has, you know, figured out a way to get gas back over $3 a gallon here in the Midwest, you know, I'm going to need to get all the fuel economy I can get, especially if it goes back up to $4 a gallon, which I pray to all things holy it does not. The sky looks really pretty. Sorry, kind of a squirrel moment. But anyway, so another reason I bought the car too is because there's sometimes I just don't feel like driving my truck. If I got to go downtown, there's a couple like little like bar districts close to me that sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like driving a full-size truck and trying to find a place to park. So this thing's kind of nice for that too. And also, you know, one other person road trips, you know, like if it's just me and a buddy going somewhere, we can throw everything in the hatch and just get stupid fuel economy the whole time. But overall, what would I rate the Fiesta? Well, she does have her shortcomings, but at the same time, it's a good overall unit. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. You know, and honestly, when I get tired of this car, you know, like if it starts having issues or something, like the dual clutches were, you know, known to have, the earlier ones at least, maybe I'll get another Fiesta, you know, and see if maybe, you know, if all the newer features and stuff maybe make up for it and make it a better overall vehicle. But like I said, it does have class leading, you know, cargo space in the back. So I dig that. I really do. But yeah, guys, so this has been another episode of Review My Stuff. One of my F-150 is coming. And I think I said it in the Kawasaki video, but if I didn't, just to let y'all know, for a video to be part of Review My Stuff, I have to have owned the product for 90 days. I have to have used it at least 6 times in that 90 days. And overall, it has to be something I'd recommend to a friend. So if I was going to recommend this car specifically, and I can't speak for every Fiesta made, but if I was going to speak for this car specifically, it totally would be something I'd recommend to a friend. So yeah. So guys, I thank you again for joining me on this one. It went a little longer than I thought, but you know what? I had some things I wanted to cover and all that good jazz. So I will catch you guys on the flip side, and Combs